Yes, ladies and gentlemen, Amir Wamala here again, Director Amigo Farm. Yeah, since I went to South Africa, many people have been asking me about the nutrition, what these South African people feed to their goats. Well, yes, they look different from ours. That's very true. And it's all about the feeding. Uh, Actually, it's the main cause that I had traveled to South Africa, and I thought that I could learn more and a lot about nutrition and feeding systems. Well, unfortunately, these people, the farmers, also don't really know what the suppliers mix in their pellets. But well, when I read that ingredients on what they use to compose that feeds, I realized that we have them. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you want to learn more of what I learned and what I'm experimenting already, get your piece of paper and a pen to note down this if you want to have proper feeding of your animals. First of all, for us, we plant our pastures, and we are very fortunate that we have land that can accommodate all the pastures that you can ever think about. Okay, so what I saw with these people, what they have at the farm all the time, like hay, they have alfalfa. Alfalfa is the game changer in goat farming. Believe me or not, if you don't have alfalfa at your farm, you're not doing something right. You need alfalfa. Then the composition of the pellets that these people make, I could not be 100% sure or true, but I know at least what you must have. First of all, have your maize bran. Secondly, have lime. Third, have cotton seed. Fourth, have soya bean. Then there is a mixture that you're going to buy from these suppliers, cow dyes and maybe other business people that sell feeds for animals. There is a specific mixture that you have to buy from those people and mix it with these mentioned feeds. So if you have a machine for pellets, you can do that. But if you don't have, you can serve your goats like in form of flour. They will lick it, and guys, you have a successful mixture of nutrition. So far, it's what I'm doing at the farm, and fortunately, I have alfalfa. You can check on my previous videos. I have, excuse me, I have my pak chong, and I let the goats move out a bit to eat the local grass that we have in the farm. Okay, so it's all about trials, which I'm currently on. I'm trying to understand how it works, but so far about 2 weeks I've done what I've mentioned, and I'm really seeing a big difference. I'm seeing a change. So I'm not ready to stop. I'll do it until I get the best out of it. Guys, remember, in this business, what we're doing, quality is the name of the game. If you have bad animals, you slaughter them for your visitors. I'll not come to buy your goat at 300. I'll go to South Africa and buy a goat of $1,500. Because that's what I want. That's what we are looking for. We are looking at the quality, not quantity. Guys, I always tell people, but they've failed to understand. These South Africans, the Boer people, the white South Africans, the Wazungu from South Africa called Boers. These guys have been doing goat breeding for over 100 years. You find an old man of 80 years doing the business that the grandfather left, and he's carrying on the legacy. And you find one person asking, buying a goat of 7 million, where are you going to sell it? Guys, we are still in a breeding system. We are still breeding the animals. I always tell you, we are still in scarcity of goats. Goats are very scarce. We have to do this to get more animals to feed the world. And doing this is having a type of goats that grow fast. Look at the Boer, look at Savannah, look at Red Kalahari. Those are the goats that you have to get in order to do business of goat farming. But if you go for local goats of 200, 300, you're going to have it unless you keep them for slaughtering your visitors, or you are going to the farm and you having a goat muchomo for you and your family. That is okay. I cannot say that you should not have local goats. But if you're looking at the at the side of making business into goat farming, please do exotic goats. You tell me, it's a game changer. Can I tell you a secret, guys? When I was starting goat business, we used to have some exotic goats in Western region. If you remember, there was a project of NADS, maybe like 15 years ago from now. These goats were brought and were supplied to different farmers, different households. And these goats were quite many. So I went, I started buying them, then I breed and I would sell. The mistake that I made, I was exporting these animals. I was selling them outside the country. So I reached a time where I can buy another stock of getting these animals. I could not find them there. I could not find these goats in Uganda. If I'm to buy a good exotic goat, I have to be forced. I'll be forced to go to South Africa and buy from there. So guys, open your eyes, understand this, that we need these goats and we have to breed them for business. If you have good goats and someone comes to me wanting goats, I say, hey, go to so and so, he has goats. But if someone asks me I want exotic goats, I say, I'll give you a South African guy, a number for a South African guy who sells Boer goats. As a Ugandan, are we making business? So let's put hands together. I know there are many out there who can afford this business. And we make ends meet. Let us be big. It doesn't make sense for me to get on a plane to go to South Africa to buy one goat. If you had one goat, a male goat, and you have 5 females, they are all pure, and they produce the kids, I will not go to South Africa to buy a he goat. I will buy it from you. So think about it, guys. This is not a joke. I've been in this business for the last 5 years. Well, I have a feel that I'm still not yet there, but I know I'll get there, and I've not given up. So guys, join me in this and let us do goat breeding. One last thing I want to caution about people that are watching me. If you're coming into goat farming and you're looking at making profits, forget about this. Making profits of within 1 year after starting the venture of goat farming, forget about this business. Because you go there and say, oh, you start the business and you get disappointed. Definitely, you'll get disappointed. There is no business that is that becomes successful that comes on a silver plate. You must suffer. The goats are going to die when you're beginning. It happened to me. I made a loss of about 80 million Ghana shillings. There's a time my goats died. I didn't know much about how to treat, how to vaccinate. I lost goats of over 80 million over PPR. So the goats died. I tried to treat. They refused. They died. I told the guys at the farm, guys, let the goats die and we shall start afresh. I accepted the loss. The goats died. The dogs in the village ate the carcasses until they gave up. Now the farm started stinking. I'm telling you this to understand what you're going into. Don't think that you're going to invest in your money into goat farming and you get that money within 1 year, 2 years. Patience. Patience. If you don't have patience, don't bother go into goat farming. And I always tell people, because for me, I did this because I loved what I was doing. But if I didn't have love for animals, I wouldn't have bothered to continue doing the farming. I made losses. I accepted. The animals were not insured. I just let it go. But I learned a hard lesson. Since then, I never had those challenges of losing animals anyhow. I have a full-time veterinary doctor at the farm. When things persist, I call the district veterinary office at the farm. When I lose an animal to a certain disease that I don't understand, I pick blood samples, I take them to a table and I understand what the sickness is, and I treat the goats and I vaccinate. So you guys, you have to go through all this. I'm not discouraging you, but I'm being open to you. Don't think that you're going to do business and you'll get back your money in 2 years, 1 year. No. And I'm not saying that you have or you must make a loss. Well, it might not happen, but at a higher rate of my understanding, you will have to get losses in order to have a successful business. So guys, what am I trying to say? If you have your job, don't leave it and come into goat farming. Don't get your NSSF money when you're still working and go into goat farming. Don't resign from your job and come into goat farming. Don't borrow money from the bank and come into goat farming, unless it's a long-term loan, 10 years plus. But don't make a mistake and use money that is not from like a side income to go into goat farming. Like any other business, you cannot join business that you don't understand and you put all that you have. So if you resign from your job and you go into goat business, that means that you know what you're doing. Well, if you started it in a background when you're still working and you see that it's working out properly, you can join. But if you're leaving your job to do goat farming, kwaheri, I don't advise you that. So yeah, so ladies and gentlemen, I think that's enough for today, and hope to talk to you again soon. I wish you a great evening, day, morning. Bye.